Welcome to session. We are going to do a healing session on anxiety today. So if you understand it, you can defeat it. You don't have to live with it. And it's not a part of who you are. It's just something that you've created within you. So take a comfortable position with me, however you would like. If you can, keep your spine straight, your shoulders back. Sometimes I lean forward too, but just remind ourselves. And because the anxiety usually lives in our chest, right? So just try to keep your shoulders back, or if you're laying down, just straighten them out. And I want you to put all of your focus and your attention on your breath, okay? Close your eyes. And we're going to turn inward. I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to defeat it. I'm going to show you how to live the life that you deserve and live without anxiety and worried about if it ever comes back. You will know that you've healed it and that you can control it and not allow it to come back or run your life, if this makes any sense. Hopefully it does. So we're going to turn inward and we're going to learn how to transmute the anxiety. Anxiety is dark energy and it's trapped in our chest. It's something that we've created that's in our chest, that's dark energy is what I call it. It feels so dark, it feels so heavy, feels like your chest is caving in. And I want you to connect with your breath as you do this and I talk, and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice, deep, and slow. I want you to control it. It's going to be very uncomfortable at first. If you're not used to this, it's going to, there's going to be thoughts like this isn't going to work, this is crazy. And there's going to be thoughts like, yes, this is on the right path. You're going to have mixed thoughts as you do this. That's okay. Just breathe in slow. And I want you to control it. We've never been taught this, especially in America. I don't know where you're watching from, but we were never taught how to take care of our bodies energetically. And if we start working with the unseen that actually controls our life, and you understand it, it actually doesn't run your life anymore. So we just have to understand what anxiety is. And it's not something that is just a part of people. That's a lie. Okay? So when we're fed lies, fed belief systems that aren't true, thoughts, ways of life, ways of doing things, and it's not true and it's a lie, that could give you anxiety. Okay? So anxiety can actually be used as a tool, and I'll explain this in the end, to help you keep on the right track. So we're going to not only defeat anxiety, but we're going to use it if it ever does come up. Like the type of energy. Keep breathing nice and slow. I know your chest feels heavy, so I want you to take your breath, breathe in through your nose, breathe it through your chest, and then blow out the darkness. Visualize it. Breathe in the light. I call it the white light, and then breathe out the darkness. If you didn't know, my name, the White Healer, is because my last name's White, and I work with the white light. So just in case you wanted to know, that's the reason for that. But we're going to breathe in. I call it the white light. You can call it just light, God's light, because it's all around you. It's there and available for you to have at any time. So just breathe it in and fill up your chest with light energy, okay? Anxiety feels very heavy. And if you do my sessions, my meditation sessions, and my healing sessions, I explain more of this and how to keep it balanced and how to keep in alignment and in tune and all of that, and keep our vibes high so that you don't get anxiety. But I teach you how to release energy basically as well, so you can do other sessions if you want to enhance this after this. So breathe in and then breathe out that darkness in your chest. You're going to visualize it and use the breath. Why are we using the breath? Because we're moving energy. It is one way to move energy. Our breath is very important. It's the first thing that we do when we breathe or when we're born, and it's the last thing that we do when we die. So it's highly, highly important for us to use to access the power that we actually do have inside and be aware of that. Well, you have your own pharmacy within you. You can create your own chemicals naturally. I thought I had to take medicine. No. That's why medication doesn't make you feel good. That's why when you go to the doctor, and I'm not saying they're not there for good reasons, because I had a really great doctor growing up, but he almost refused to me anxiety medicine or anything when I went through my trauma, because I had depression, anxiety, and all of the above. So this was a long, long time ago. So he's really, really great. There's a lot of doctors out there that are great, but in general, you do not feel good when somebody actually can't heal the anxiety and you're going to them for help, and the only answer they have is medication because they don't understand the energy part. My doctor didn't understand energy. If he did, he never explained it to me. He just told me no, that wasn't good for me. So I respect him for that. But if you are on medication or you go to a type of place like that and it doesn't make you feel good, this is my point, it's the wrong area. It's the wrong person, wrong place. So here, do you feel like you're getting peace? Do you feel a little bit like, okay, this feels like a little bit of the truth. Like, I know she's onto something. You can kind of feel it within your belly. You can feel truth. You can feel wisdom, because that is why you have intuition. But your intuition's blocked when you do have anxiety, like when you're in that state, because it's like you're in turmoil. It's chaotic inside. So when we take our focus, which is the first step, in our attention, and put it inward, our second part is focusing on our breath. But you breathe, you do the breath work and move the energy, because you got to release that out of your chest. I know it doesn't feel good. I know it's so bad right there. But we all we have to do is release it and learn how to do that. You cannot create or destroy, but you can change energy. This is all proven. Einstein talked about this. So if we can change energy, that means the energy that's trapped in our chest that we have created with our mind. I'm going to explain this as we go. It's just something we created, so we can change it. You can't change it with medication. And you can't change it when your perspective is at a low perspective. When your perspective and your mindset is at a low perspective, meaning you're not looking at the world right, you're not looking at your life right, you're not looking at things right the way that they're supposed to be, it does cause you anxiety, okay? So when we change our perspective, it changes the way we feel. When we go to a higher perspective, it changes the way you feel. When you change the way you feel, you change your energy. Keep breathing. I want you to breathe the whole time. If you do need a break, that's okay. Take a breath. And when you change your energy, you change your whole reality. You just have to be aware of how to do it. And that is what I'm teaching you in my classes, in my sessions, this is like Earth School. I'm teaching you how to change energy, which is transmute energy. We're taking it from one form to another. And the way that we have to do it is we have to understand what's going on. Okay? And you can't understand what's going on when you're constantly in a state of anxiety, because your body and your inner world is chaotic. I know, I've been there. There wasn't one therapist, doctor, or wasn't even a preacher that could help me. I had to learn about this wisdom. I yearned for the truth, and I knew those doors weren't for me, but I didn't know where to go. And I prayed, and I finally got led to the truth and guided along this path. So if you're here, your spirit guides and your soul, or whatever you believe in, the divine, it led you here. It led you here so you can learn how to control your life and not live in a state that doesn't make you feel good all the time. There's no reason for that. When there's truth and wisdom out there, we can actually just transmute that, get rid of it out of our body, and then we're feeling good and we're feeling light. Because when we are light, we're connected to our true self, and that is that's our divine right, is to be in a light energy where it's peaceful and happy and unconditional love, and you just feel amazing. And you don't feel heavy anymore, and the energy trapped in your body, in your chest. Okay? So as you do the second steps, the breath work, keep breathing. If you need a break. Make sure you're sitting up straight again. Sometimes I slouch when I talk to. I have to remind myself. We're all not perfect. We're not expected to be perfect. This is just learning. Okay? So how would you evolve and level up in life if you didn't have an opportunity to do so? This is your opportunity. You're learning how to transmute energy. You're learning how to change energy from one state to another, from a low vibration to a high vibration, so you can be in a high vibrational state and live the life you deserve, be bebopping around. You don't have the anxiety controlling you. Okay? So when we do the breath work, the third step that comes into play, and even if your chest still feels anxious and stuff, just keep doing it. Okay? About over 100 breaths, your mind, you're going to start calming down. You're going to calm your mind and your body down with your breaths. Okay? You'll notice, just take a look at your body. Does it feel even a little bit calmer? If you're brand new at this, you have to be consistent. It's like going to the gym. You can't just do it once and you got to be consistent at doing when you transmute energy, especially if it's been a long period of time that you have trapped this energy within you. Just be patient. I promise you'll release it all the way. Okay, so they say about 111 breaths, you start connecting with that higher perspective again, and it becomes more clear. It's always there. Don't ever think that it's not. It's always there, but you might be disconnected from it, or it might feel chaotic. Okay? Now, there are some situations, not with anxiety, but extreme situations where they may not be connected to their soul at all. But with anxiety, that's usually not the case. It's just chaotic in there. You don't know what thoughts to listen to. So this is how you clear that up and calm all those thoughts down. And then that higher perspective, it's the peaceful voice. Do you always listen to the teacher in your head, the thoughts that are peaceful? That's the thoughts leading you to the right direction. You can wake up every day and have two types of teachers, two types of thoughts running in your mind you can control, you can see. You have the conflict one and you have the peaceful one. You have two options every single day, and right now, which one are you going to listen to? When it's all chaotic, I know it's very hard, but this is how we calm that down and get to that more peaceful voice where it's more clear. that's who you want to listen to, those thoughts, and go with that. I've been in such a turmoil state, I didn't know which ones to listen to. And I didn't know this information. There wasn't one therapist or the matrix people, the mainstream stuff that would teach me that, okay? And that's why I always reiterate in my classes and my sessions that you always turn inward to yourself and your thoughts. So connect and align with your thoughts right now as you breathe. If you need to break on the breathing, that's fine. But see what it's telling you. It'll tell you exactly what to do for you, for your journey, what to do to help release this anxiety and to keep it healed, which means you're just keeping your body at an energetic, balanced state. When people are sick, they're energetically out of balance. That's it. And we take it way too serious, and we're getting all this medication. We're doing all these bad things, surgeries, permanent stuff, and you can heal your body. So we want to make sure that we control this anxiety and it doesn't lead to other health issues or just run our life in general. So that should dissolve the fear, if you have any, and the worries, if you have any, right? About anxiety and about you having to live with it for the rest of your life or for a certain amount of time, okay? If you are... if it's just like a temporary thing you think, it's just teaching you lessons, okay? When you're connecting with your higher perspective, keep connecting with that. I'm just going to keep explaining anxiety, okay? And I want you after this session to go by yourself and see what thoughts come up, because you'll be really connected to your higher self after this. You'll feel a lot lighter and better. So you'll be in tune and in alignment more than you usually are. And if you are all the way, that's awesome, so that you can write all this stuff down. Okay, so temporary anxiety too could be from the shift on Earth that's happening right now. We're just raising to a higher vibration. We're raising frequencies, and it does give us symptoms of anxiety, depression, headaches. You feel exhausted. So there are other symptoms that are related actually just with the shift, because your bodies are shifting to a higher vibration. So you want to take that into account, because most of us had to go through that. So that could be a part of it. But also now take into account of what have you been doing? What have you been thinking that creates this state of anxiety? Most of the time you're focused in the past or the future, and you're worried. You feel guilty, then you're worried about the future. You're ashamed or regretful. You have all these bad vibrations, all these bad feelings, okay? And it's not getting you anywhere but causing you anxiety, because that's not the truth. It's just life. It's just experiences, okay? So we have to learn to look at things differently. So if it's telling you, hey, let that relationship go, it wasn't for you, it actually caused you anxiety, you have better opportunities in the future for you. This is for you. This is awesome. If you've lost a job or your work gives you anxiety, relationships, family life, money, finances, whatever is causing you the anxiety, or even people just in general, it's just because you're out of tune and out of balance. So when you are doing the breath work and you're creating a light state, you're actually raising your vibration. So, and it's telling you what to do, what you need to let go of, what you need to look at differently, so that it doesn't create that anxiety and that state within your body, because your mind can be creating that anxiety. Okay? So, I gotta make sure this is still, sorry. Yeah. So, and I'm here just to be a guide. I'm here just to help you get reconnected and aligned with that higher perspective. I'm just giving you examples to help you think differently. Because when your perspective is not in the right spot, it causes you anxiety. And then it gets worse into depression and other health issues, okay? So if we learn how to change our perspective on what is causing us anxiety, then we can release the anxiety with the breath, and it's a triple effect. You're really transmuting energy. You're really changing it, okay? Because you know when it clicks, when something clicks, everything changes, okay? It might take time, but you know it changes within your body instantly, okay? So what are you always thinking about? Why is your focus always in the past and the future? Is it something that you can control? Because the only thing that you can control is the way that you think and the way that you feel. So if you know that, then you let go of everything else that you're focused on, or the responsibility. You can only do so much. You're only responsible for you. And if you have kids, obviously. But the divine helps you with all of that, okay? They really want you to only be responsible for the way that you're thinking and feeling. And when you do meditation and you do these sessions, a healing session, you start connecting with that perspective and you lighten up. And then that anxiety isn't trapped in your body anymore. If you're always leaning over and you're always hunched over and your viewpoint is low, you're going to have anxiety. It's trapped energy. Open that up, okay? Do some yoga, do some cardio, weights. You got to start taking care of yourself. It might be telling you that. Drink water, eat better. Cigarettes probably cause anxiety. Don't be smoking cigarettes. Some people can smoke all day. Don't matter. But there could be things that cause you anxiety. Maybe start eliminating stuff one goal at a time, though. That's what causes anxiety too, when you think you have to accomplish 20 goals in one day. No, if you can get one thing done, good. You don't have to rush life. When you're rushing and you're not slowing down, and you'll overwork, it becomes overwhelming, causes anxiety. So anxiety could come from, trauma, PTSD, or it could just come from basic, life stuff. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but that's what you have to figure out. This is your journey. You're riding the bicycle. You're learning how to ride the bicycle now, and you're walking the walk. Be really proud of yourself. Because if you didn't have anxiety, you wouldn't have this opportunity to learn how to transmute energy and level up. Don't you want to level up? I do. And you do. Most souls do. Most souls want to level up, unless you're a background character. I'll talk about background characters later, unless you know what they are. The NPCs. My son calls them when he's gaming. But what I'm saying is that is why you have to only focus. When you're getting anxiety, your focus is probably scattered. It's probably your attention's on everything else. You just got to turn it inward, slow down, take a minute, just connect with your breath, do some breath work. When you start calming down, you align with that higher perspective, and it's telling you you're going to figure this out. We're going to start implementing these goals one thing at a time. We're going to start learning how to slow down and be aware of how we're thinking, be aware of where our focus is. Most of the time, anxiety I think it's a focus issue, in my opinion. It's usually where your focus is. And if your focus and your energy is scattered, you don't feel good and in the right state to control your energy. So things that come into play could just start causing you anxiety because you're just out of control, meaning your energy is scattered. Your energy is your power. And if it's just scattered, all you got to do is just grab it back. There's nothing to be scared about. There's nothing to fear. That's the people that you want to listen to. The people that are giving you the peace and the love and that light energy and helping you dissolve the fears and the worries and the anxiety. Because usually fear and worries are causing the anxiety as well. So when your focus is scattered and then you have your own fears and worries. That's what I mean. You're out of balance. So you can't control that. You're not looking at it on a higher perspective to dissolve that energy, to dissolve those thoughts, because you're just drained. Okay? So that's why we have to learn how to grab our energy back. This is what we're doing here. This is how we transmute energy. This is what we've been doing the whole session, the whole class. So just take a minute and connect and see what it's telling you. Just, if you want, you can just sit in that space that you've created. Hopefully you feel, even if it's a little bit, that's huge. Okay, you don't have to be perfect. Most people aren't going to get 100% immediately. It took me years to understand this. I didn't have a teacher or a healer like this, but it did take me many years. I did have help from very wise individuals once I stopped going to the people that were not giving me the truth. They didn't know how to help me, honestly. So, and that's what I needed when I had anxiety. I needed to know what the higher perspective was, how I was supposed to look at things. And I needed to understand about energy. But even though I didn't understand about energy, it's not like you have to know all this, hard language if you think it's difficult, or all this, new language, new lingo, the new techniques and learning about energy. You really don't. You just really need to know that, hey, I got to know where my focus is, where's my perspective, and I got to make sure I'm shifting, because when I shift that perspective and that focus is a human's greatest power. When you shift, you actually change your energy state. So you really don't need to know about energy, but it does enhance it, doesn't it? Okay? So we're just clearing that energy that we've trapped over time in our chest. It might take us a while. It's okay. Just listen to what it says for you specifically. Okay? And if it's hard for you to connect, it's normal. That's all right. You will. And you already are. You probably are. You might just be overthinking it. It's just the thoughts in your mind that's trying to help you get better. So if it's telling you you need to do cardio a couple times a week and get off that couch, you probably should. You probably shouldn't hang around those people because they're giving you anxiety. And once you get in control of your powers and control of your energy, you can show up in the world. But I highly suggest you spend a lot of solitude, a lot of alone time. It is the greatest gift in the world if you have alone time. Everybody looks at it differently, and they look at it, being lonely and they're alone, and there's, it's just, they look at it wrong. Being alone is a blessing, because that's when you can start transmuting, manifest. You can get access to your powers and start controlling your reality. You only can do that alone. You can't do that with a bunch of noise in your head. That's why after this session, spend time alone, okay? This is just to help guide you how to heal your anxiety. You never want to depend on anybody, even me. You want to depend on yourself only, and you will feel not only empowered, but independent and free. Okay? And then you can teach other people if you want, like your friends, family, your kids. Okay? Now, once you've done that, okay, and you can practice this after you leave me, of listening to those thoughts of what it's trying to guide. You don't need to know everything today, just some basic stuff. Like doing self-care and self-love, meditation, yoga, cardio, silent time, okay? It'll go a long ways. Journaling helps release anxiety. Singing, dancing, going outside, it's all huge. Taking a bath. You don't just have to meditate, yoga, and exercise. There's different ways to release the anxiety, but you do have to start taking care of yourself. You have to ride the bicycle even after this session, okay? So we keep that out of our body, because you might just have that, you might just harbor your energy in it because you have anxiety, you worry all the time. That's just where you're harboring your energy. It's okay. Once you figure out where you're harboring your energy, you can release it. No matter where it's at in your body. Okay? All right. And if you're on medication, you want to wean off, okay, slowly, and listen to your intuition, listen to your higher self. This is your choice, your opinion. But medication does block your ability to heal yourself and connect and stay connected with that higher self. That's what causes fog and the mental fog and the no clarity when you don't have any clarity. So medication is a part of that. All right, so you'll want to wean off. That's just another opinion, another idea. Take it if it resonates, and you do you, because you're becoming independent and connected to your higher self, which is your intelligence system. It is more powerful than any medication, technology, anything that you can tap into. Your mind is the most powerful thing because it's connected to that higher intelligence, okay? That's what the energy, that's what stuff we work with in here. That's what we don't work with the seen, we work with the unseen and then work with the seen. We stop letting the physical world run our life, and we work with the unseen so that we can control the physical, right? Our own reality. You're not controlling anybody else's, okay? Focus on ourselves now. All right, so I want you to fill up your whole body with that light energy. Just breathe it in, fill it all the way up, visualize it. You're like beaming with that light energy, especially here in your chest. And then I want you to put it all the way around you for a protection bubble. So you are protected against other people, and it's your bubble of light energy. I apologize, my video cut off. The bubble around you also reminds you of what you're broadcasting now, which is light energy. So it's protection and what you're broadcasting. Just visualize it. Every great person that's ever lived has used visualization to tap into their greatness. So visualization's very real, and we want to always use it from now on. And we will use it to transmute dark energy, which is anxiety, and release it out of our body and make sure that we are on point from now on, that it doesn't run our life. So as a result, in the end, anxiety is a blessing. We are now looking at anxiety on a different perspective, and we understand it is now a blessing so that we can now start using our powers, and that we have been aware of our powers. So we've been led to being aware of our powers and on how to use them. So it is a blessing. So now you can thank your anxiety, because now you have the opportunity to find out who you are and who you're going to become. I will see you next session. I'm sending you lots of love, healing, and light energy. Stay high vibes if you can. Do the work, because anxiety is not going to live in you anymore. You got this, and you are learning how to change energy from one form to another so that you can understand that you are in full control and connected to the power within you that was given you. That's your birthright. But you got to have that opportunity to access that power and use it. I'll see you next time.